Hello. Okay, so yesterday I went to Ross and Daiso. At Ross, I just got this one dress. So I got this dress from Ross because I needed a white dress for choir. So literally went like 2 hours before church to buy it. I do have another white dress. It's kind of a ivory color, but anyway, I used this for my civil wedding. It was Halloween themed, and as you can see, this is a lot. At the same time though, I feel like it's kind of a similar, what is it called, cut. Like it has like the line here and then the poofy sleeves, but it's a little bit less. These are a little bit tight on my arms. I think it's both a mixture of fat and like working out, you know. This dress for sure is more flattering too though, because this is kind of like, this line ends up all the way up here versus this one is like lower. Anyway, so that's all I got from Ross. And then so yesterday I had a lot of wins, and then towards the end of the day I had an L, and now it kind of ruined my whole day. But anyway, I guess I'll talk about it in the social anxiety part of it. So at Daiso, I mainly wanted to get these envelopes and washi tape. I just wanted more of these so that I can gift these, but also for my own cash. And yeah, I saw these Disney ones first and then this one. I probably could have just gotten one, but anyway, I think I only have a couple more of another design. Anyway, yeah. The other thing I wanted to get was washi tape, mainly to fix a foundation, like a makeup foundation. The name is scratching off, so I was trying to get washi tape to fix it and just to have on hand. This was actually $1 instead of the $1.75. I got this notebook. I kind of wanted to use it more as a sketchbook, but I actually do like using plain paper for school, so I might use it for that too, but I don't know, I have not decided. It actually has 50 sheets, so I thought it was a lot thinner, but it's a lot. This was more of an impulse buy because the sketchbook, I had been wanting to get a little sketchbook. Okay, so I got this zipper bag. For what? I don't know. It was just cute. Like, Hello Kitty just reminds me of my childhood. There was a Hello Kitty store at a mall, and my aunt would take my sister and me all the time, and so I don't know, that's why I like Hello Kitty. I can probably use this for pics or for makeup, I don't know. And then I got this pill case. I had been wanting to get a pill case for my purse. It's supposed to be like adjustable. Like, these type of boxes would kind of not work for the gummy type of vitamins, but because it would get stale, you know. But anyway, yeah, on Amazon I had saved a pill box for a while, so that one was not that much of an impulse buy, but kind of, yeah. This was an impulse buy. These are iron-on patches. I don't even know what I would put these on, but anyway, yeah. This was also kind of a dumb purchase. My husband pointed them out. Basically, they're stickers that you put on top of pictures. For snacks, I got these chips. I don't think these were the ones that I had gotten that I liked. I think we have gotten these in the past, but these are okay. I was looking for the little rice chips. They're not chips, they're like bigger, but I didn't find any, so I got these. Actually, these might be rice as well. I got this matcha bread because I like the matcha bread. And I got these Jello. I already ate one. And then the thing that ruined my day, which, see, now that I'm seeing him laying down, I'm like, okay, I guess. Anyway, so I got 2 of these pet mats. They're like very cheaply made, and they were $5. My husband picked them out. I didn't check. I assumed that they were $1.75 as well. Long story short, because I wasn't able to say no to the cashier that I did not want them, it kind of ruined my whole day. Sorry, I totally forgot that I got this little washi tape, obviously because it looks like Momokito. I'm like, is that, why? Oh, I thought he had his like face pressed on the couch. Anyway, so yeah, it's like a little washi tape dispenser thing. So yesterday I went to Ross to look for the dress, and I woke up kind of late, and church is at 1, but I leave at 12 because I'm scared of driving in downtown. Yeah, by the time that I was like, no, yeah, I should just go and buy a dress, it was 10:50. So I was on a mission I wasn't that nervous. I feel like it makes me less nervous to go to a store that I've been to before. So I feel like I'm pretty comfortable going to that store, especially because the parking lot is really nice. Like, it's only like 3 stores in that shopping plaza, so it doesn't feel as overwhelming. Anyway, so I went and looked around. I was pretty much just browsing all the white dresses in that section. There was, at some point, somebody was next to me, and instead of like moving out of the way, I was like, no, you have to stay for a second, just so like I could practice, because I was actually done with looking at that section, but I was like, okay, let me just, and I stayed, so that was good. I ended up leaving with 3 dresses to pay, because as always the fitting rooms were closed. And then I went to pay. As the cashier, if the fitting rooms were usually closed, I guess I thought that she was gonna say like, oh, they usually open from this time to this time, but she was like, oh, we have fitting rooms up here and these are open. And I was like, okay, cool. So I tried them on, and I was so proud that I asked, because I feel like in the past I wouldn't have asked. So yeah, so I tried them on, and I ended up leaving with this one. I ended up taking the small. The medium was too baggy. It was a little bit less restricting on the arms, but still the small just looked better. Yeah, I drove home, everything's fine and great. So I got ready and everything. I usually leave an hour before. I ended up leaving like 50 minutes before church, so I was a bit nervous about not finding parking. It wasn't until like the freeway actually felt fine, but it wasn't until I got to downtown that I got a little anxious, because the one ways and all that, like at some point it said like you can only turn right, but there wasn't anybody behind me, so I was able to just, you know, go back. I feel like that didn't make sense, but anyway, point is that there was plenty of parking, so that was good. Also, I hate parallel parking, so there's always like one section that like I like, so there was actually like at least 5 spots there, so that was nice. I also saw coming in that there was parking spots further out. They were like not parallel, you could just park like that. I drove home. I was still second guessing if I should return the hair waiver. I ended up deciding to just go another day because I was still thinking about it. I think I tried it again that day too. Then my husband wanted to go to Chipotle because my little brother works there, so we went. I don't think I've ever had Chipotle. And then for Subway, I've had Subway before, but I've never ordered there because it seems kind of intimidating to ask for things. So because my brother was the one serving stuff, I wasn't that nervous, but I was a little nervous because I thought they would switch to the other girl, which I don't know why. I feel embarrassed asking for food, but anyway. Then we went to Daiso because that shopping plaza had a Daiso. So technically for Daiso, it was both of us. And so yeah, so I was looking around. I was trying to practice not leaving the aisle if somebody was next to me. I even tried going into aisles when people were there. So I was kind of just going around looking at everything. I feel like what has also helped is acknowledging people and saying like, excuse me, and, you know, making sure that I'm not like, you know, bumping into them. So anyway, so the cashier rung up everything, and then he said, oh, these are $5. Is that okay? And I was like, oh yeah, it's okay. But in my mind, I was saying, no, it's not okay. I don't want them. But I couldn't say it. And it's like, I don't know why it was embarrassing to say, no, I don't want them, but it was embarrassing, so I didn't say anything. And then I guess my husband wasn't paying attention, so he didn't say anything either. But then at the same time, I felt bad because my husband picked these out. Like, those 2 things were the only things that he like picked out. So I also felt bad saying no. So the whole fucking ride home, I was really fucking upset about it. And yeah, like I was upset with myself for not speaking up, but at the same time, I guess partially about the money, but more so like, oh, like I thought I was doing better with social anxiety, but I guess I'm not, type of thing. So I was like, okay, whatever, like if they like it, I guess it's worth it. I guess what's also annoying is that like when my husband showed them to me, in my mind I was like, well, we have blankets, you know, but I didn't say that because I didn't want to be an asshole. But anyway, I guess maybe I should have said something. I put these on the floor and Fatima laid on them. So I was like, okay, if they like it, I guess it's worth it. because cats are, or at least my cats are super picky, you know. And then I put one of these on top of the couch, which is, well, that's one of their favorite spots, and they didn't care about it. And then I put one of these on top of this thin mattress thing, and they didn't lay on it either, so I guess they only like it there on the floor. So yeah, now that he's laying back on it, I feel a little bit better about it, but still. And then with that store, you can't return or exchange, so there was that too. But it's also like, why didn't I say something at the time? Anyway, whatever. So yeah, I think I cried like only a little bit, like it was like 1 or 2 tears. Well, the other thing that made me feel better is that our rooster freaking returned. The roof of the coop fell out and the rooster left, and we didn't hear him at all. Like, every rooster has a distinct like crow, so yeah, we didn't hear him for like a day. And then yesterday we started hearing him, but he seemed really far away, so I thought he had gotten picked up by somebody. And then like later on we saw that he was like next door, so I think he just like moved around. And then we went to the neighbors, and the rooster flew through the other. Anyway, point is that he flew around to different houses, and so we kind of gave up. And then when we came back from the store, he was on our backyard. So he came back. I don't know what happened because he had like blood up here, so I don't know if he got in a fight or something. But anyway, he came back, and I was like, okay, that's a good win to end on, you know. So that's what happened yesterday. Today I went to go return the waiver. I tried it 3 times. The 3rd time, I feel like it looked a little bit better, but I still think it would look better with long hair. But then I was like, should I keep it for when my hair grows out? But then I'm like, what if I don't like it then? Anyway, so I kept going back and forth on it. Eventually I was like, you know what, let me just return it. So I went and returned it. I feel like I was stalling, both because I was undecisive over it, but both because of the social anxiety as well. And yeah, I was pretty nervous. I ended up going to a different Kohl's. I was trying to go to the Kohl's that I always go to, but I ended up going to a different one, which meant more freeway time, but at least I was a bit more familiar because my sister used to live in that area. But yeah, anyway, the driving was a little bit nerve-wracking. So as I was talking to the Amazon person, I could feel like my voice being weird, and I was like, I wonder if he can tell that my voice is weird. Usually I say like, oh, I want to return this, and but then he said to me, hey, how are you doing? And then so it kind of was like, what? And so then I was like, oh, good, how are you? And then he said, I'm good, something. And so I just put the thing on the counter, and he was like, oh yeah, can I scan it? And so then I put the phone, and then I was like, okay, thank you. Anyway, I tried to look at him in the face, but yeah. Anyway, so the other things that were on my list for Kohl's was to look for a strawberry shortcake t-shirt that I saw last time, look for pants, and to swatch stuff at Sephora. So yeah, so first I actually looked at the t-shirts. Oh yeah, it took me a while to find them. I was also kind of annoyed that I didn't ask. But there was just like a really big section of women clothing, and I had to remember that the t-shirts were in the junior side. But anyway, I found them. Ended up not picking one up because they had like a light brown color, which I didn't really like. And then they had a pink one that I kind of liked, but the sizing was weird. It was like a medium, but oversized. And I also tried a different graphic in a small just to see how it would look like, but they both just feel very PJ material, and it just looks like a PJ to me, and I already have PJ shirts, you know. And so I ended up leaving them. And then even the regular t-shirt that was like not oversized was also kind of a PJ material, so there was that. I also looked around for jeans. I've been looking for black pants that have kind of like a washed up look, but not completely washed up. Anyway, so I tried 2 pants. They didn't fit. One was too big, one was too small. I did look around a little bit, and then I went to Sephora. Okay, so I have this cream eyeshadow that they changed the formula of, so I was trying to see if I could find a shade similar to this. I even brought it in my purse, but then I didn't want to take it out because I didn't want them to be like, oh my gosh, you're stealing. Although this is a drugstore thing, so they wouldn't, you know, think that I stole it, but either way. So I ended up like putting it on my arm before going to the store, and I was just kind of swatching around it. There was a couple of colors that like seemed similar, but not it. One was the Charlotte Tilbury topper glitter thing, but not really. Like it was like a quad. And the other thing was a Laura Mercier, something like that. I don't think you pronounced the R right. Anyway, those were kind of similar, but not really. They were more metallic than glittery. And even the Pillow Talk quad shadow thing, it was powdery because it wasn't cream, you know. Either way, I wasn't gonna buy anything because I want to makeup no buy or whatever. The Sephora employee was helping somebody else, but in my mind I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna ask me if I need help, which in my mind I was gonna ask. I was like, if she asks me, I guess I can ask if they have these two brands. And then I was like, I guess I could ask if she knows of any other cream eyeshadows. But then I felt like if I asked her, I was gonna feel like I had to buy something, you know. At some point she was like, hey, are you doing okay? And I said, yes, thank you. And that's what the other person said when she asked her. So I was like, okay. So anyway, it wasn't that bad. And it didn't feel that bad to not buy anything, you know? The drive back was bad. You know, I didn't crash or anything. But my spatial awareness and like figuring out if the car is next to me or behind me in the lanes is still a little hard for me, especially like freeway or when it's like a lot of traffic. Like changing lanes is just hard for me. Driving to the freeway, but I went south instead of north freeway, so I had to exit out. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I can't with the freeway anymore, I'm just gonna take the streets. So I changed to avoid highways on my Google Maps thing. So yeah. So yeah, it took me longer to get home, but I just wanted to be more at ease, and I was. So yeah, so I got home, and that's it. I wanted to talk about other stuff, but now I don't remember what it was. I guess I'll just talk super briefly about it. I went to Lowe's with my uncle, and I asked for help on like 2 occasions to the workers. So that was good of me.
Forgot to mention that on Friday I went to a band gig and for my husband's band, and I danced. First it was with this group of older ladies that were like, you can dance with us. So that was nice that they pulled me in, and I felt less embarrassed to, you know, dance with myself or whatever, even though there was other people just dancing by themselves. And then later on I was dancing by myself, but kind of facing my husband, kind of like pretend dancing with him, but also not really because he was up on the stage. But anyway, yeah, and then at some point I was the one that started the dancing. Like I stood up first, so I was pretty proud of that.
That was pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Bye.